So I wanted to start off by saying your narrative portfolio was the best one in terms of telling a story that I came across when I was looking through all the different portfolios in our section. I really could tell what you were trying to get across to the viewers, and I think you did an excellent job with this project. That being said, my favorite of your photos is actually your last series right here. This one in particular is my favorite one of the series, and I really like these photos because you know what you're trying to say. So there's a solitary person who works in this office. He's surrounded by all these people, but he's still alone. And I think you did that, and I think you showed that quite well throughout all your photos, but especially in this one where you can see all these cubicles don't have anybody in them. Also really liked the lighting in this photo. You had a couple photos where the lighting was darker, except for the main subject, but I like being able to see just how empty this office really is. I think the lighting helps to show that. I also like how there's not much color in this picture. There's this red wall, but other than that, it's kind of just tan, white, clear, and that kind of just drives in the monotonous feeling of this office. And I also really like your use of pattern through the ceiling tiles and the cubicles. I think it makes it seem like this office could go on forever and just accentuates the fact that there's a lot of people, but he's alone. I also think this kind of gave the photo more of a hyper-real feeling to it, because this hits close to home, where you work with a lot of people, but you might feel like you're the only one working, or you're the only person. You don't feel like the other people hear you or something. So I think you did an excellent job with this photo. I also really liked that you experimented with your shots a lot, and this was especially evident in your first series of photos, with the subject sitting at a conference table with a bunch of kind of discarded ideas maybe, or just this is all the work he has to do by himself. You really experimented with a bunch of different angles. So here you're further away from the subject, and then you also get behind the subject and off to the side, and you can also really see what he's working on here. And this in particular is my favorite of that series, just because you can really see how he's feeling, but you can also kind of see what he's working on. When you kind of zoomed away, you could see the amount of work, but you couldn't really see how hard he was working. As for my least favorite photos in your portfolio, it would probably be this one. I didn't really understand the story you were trying to tell. I get that the office is darker over here, and he's probably just working alone, because he's the only one that has a light on. You did fix the lighting over here in subsequent photos, so I'm not really gonna fault that against you. You fixed it. But yeah, maybe to enhance this photo, maybe try to get more light, because as I stated before, I do like the pictures where there's a little bit more light so we can see more of the office and like how empty it actually is. But I think overall you understood the project and everything, and you did everything we were supposed to do, especially experimenting with the different shots, and I think you were quite successful in doing that. And you also conveyed the story of somebody who works but might feel more alone in a giant office space. So good luck as you go into the final project, and thank you.